The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Going into the 2024 NFL Scouting Combine, it looked like Jayden Daniels was the object of the Las Vegas Raiders' desire. The word was the Raiders were trying to move up into the top 3 to get him. After the Combine, the word is the Raiders are looking to trade up into the top 5 to 7 range. There's been a lot of chatter about J.J. McCarthy getting picked in that range. There's also chatter about him being the second or third quarterback taken. If something like that were to happen, is Daniels the one that falls into the 5 to 7 range? That brings me to the question of how good is Daniels? I know he just won the Heisman Trophy, but that only made him the best in college. The best college football player and the best NFL prospect are two entirely different things. He's a running quarterback, and those guys always win Heisman trophies. Of course he can throw it too, but at what level of a pro prospect is he? What does he do that translates to the NFL? That is what makes a good NFL quarterback prospect. Do you think Daniels was worth the price of moving up? Let's look at the tail of his tape and see what you think. As electric as he is, he does have concerns. Going airborne is not a good thing for him to do. The higher up you go, the harder you fall with someone on top of you. Something has to give, and it's going to be his skinny body. He's too light to fight and too thin to win any collision he gets into. Oh, and that'll only get worse in the NFL. He needs to know when to get down. He is not made to take shots like that, or this one either, watch. Oh, he'll be out for the season by week 4 taking shots like that. Another thing is I didn't see too many tight window throws. He always threw to receivers that were running wide open. That's what happens when you have 2 first-round receivers though. Then there's the occasional lapse in judgment that every young quarterback has. But here's something he does that pro quarterbacks do. He processes and goes through his progressions. And there we already see the primary read isn't there. Then he moves on to number 2 and that also isn't there. He's covered. Then we have the check down coming out of the backfield and he's wide open. There's your target right there. And that's going to end up being a huge gain. Alright, this is the same play from a different view so we can see exactly what Daniels was seeing. You can see it's really not there and the receiver is covered. You can see in the other view as well as this one that progression number 2 isn't there either. And there is your target, the running back leaking out of the backfield. Go ahead and check it down. Alright, let's check another one out. Progression 1 not there, gotta go somewhere else with it. Progression 2 isn't there either. It would be pretty hard to layer the ball in behind those linebackers. So then he moves off of that into the backside where he has something. So he's gonna go ahead and throw it there for a completion and a nice little gain. Alright, let's take a look at this from the other view. You can see there he has nothing open or breaking open. This right here would be a pretty tough throw, trying to layer the ball in over the linebackers. Then there is progression number 3 right there. It's the backside dig breaking open. Daniels has good accuracy on those short crossing routes. He gives his receiver something they can run with after the catch. They don't have to adjust or spend too much effort trying to catch the ball. All his receivers have to do is go ahead and catch the ball and focus on turning upfield and getting as much as they can. He played with some good athletes at LSU, so they got him those yak yards. But McDaniels did his part and hit his guys in stride. Here's one a little more down the field in stride. How about that out route? 10 yards past the line of scrimmage from the far hash to the numbers. And here's another one. Daniels doesn't have a real big arm, but he has a good enough arm to make that throw. Here's one 15 yards down the field, from the middle of the field to outside the numbers. And this is the big one right here. 20 yards down the field from the opposite hash to outside the numbers. Again, he doesn't have the biggest arm, but he has a big enough arm to make every throw he needs to make. And here's another one 20 yards down the field from the opposite hash to outside the numbers. Daniels definitely has an NFL arm. And he throws a beautiful, accurate, well-timed go ball. That was right in the bucket. And here comes another beauty right here. You can see why he led all of college football last year in deep ball completion percentage and adjusted accuracy. Look how wide open his receiver is on this one. Daniels did put it perfectly in the back of the end zone though. Look at the touch and accuracy on this bad baby right here. And this one is wow, 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 right in stride. Daniels could put it right where you want it, deep down the middle on post routes too. That one went a little over 50 yards, and this one's gonna go just about 50 yards. Right in the bucket. This one's going a little over 50 yards, right where his receiver can get it. He's going to get this one to his receiver right in stride. And this one was placed perfectly at the back line. Deep ball accuracy is important because you don't want to miss out on too many chances to strike quickly. What you do under pressure is important too, because you will be under pressure in the NFL. That's why deep ball accuracy and passing under pressure are two very important parts of evaluating a quarterback prospect. His quick release helped him here. He's going to get this one off just in time while taking a shot. A big part of passing under pressure is knowing where everyone on the field is. That way you can find that safety valve like he does here. Now this is a hell of a throw right here while getting crushed. And it's going to lead to a big gain. Daniels can beat pressure with his release and with his legs. He has no problems throwing on the run. That one went back toward the middle of the field while he ran to his right. He's going to get some zip on this one on the run. He finds a receiver quickly while running here. And on this one, he has a hard time finding someone open, so he has to run around a little bit so someone can break open. Oh, that was going to his right. He can throw going to his left too. Whoa, he's gonna kind of go all over the place, then throw one here. Now this would have been a nice play here, if only he got some help from his receiver. Come on, man, catch that for your quarterback. And if he can't throw it going to his left, he can shovel it. Since Daniels has those legs, you can get him out of the pocket by design. That combined with his ability to throw on the run. Here the defense is so concerned about him running, it's easy for him to find an open receiver. On this one, the defense is flying to the left to stop Daniels. That makes it easy for the receiver to go back the other way after he catches the ball. And that's a touchdown. You gotta love the way Daniels sucked the defense. Daniels can run that design rollout to his left too. Albeit through different formations, there are plenty of plays like this in pro playbooks. The yards after catch LSU got on plays like this is crazy. Again, when he can't throw it, he can shovel it off. He's going to get this one a few yards down the field. And of course, with the quarterback of Daniels' ability, you want to use him on a few design runs. Oh, made a miss. But I'm not going to show a bunch of highlight runs here where he breaks at 50 yards. I'm going to show the type of runs he needs to make, getting down or out of bounds to avoid punishment. That's what he needs to do right there instead of taking those hits like he was earlier. Now get down before someone else can hit you. Oh, then he does a good job of getting out of bounds. Remember, when quarterbacks run, they have an extra blocker, and Daniels runs like a running back. Now we have Daniels picking up yards out of the scramble. Again, this is about getting down or out of bounds without getting punished. Here he's going to be in the middle of the field and veer way off to get out of bounds. That's what he has to do in the NFL, stay safe. The objective is to rip him for a bunch of yards and get yourself down or out of bounds without getting hit at all. Yeah, go ahead and take that slide. Here he's going to weave through that traffic and get himself down without getting hit. That right there is what he needs to do in the NFL. Daniels can just straight up make plays. Watch this. The spin out. Then Here he's going to run all over the place, then finally shovel it off. Here he has a guy coming off the edge unblocked, and he's going to make him miss. Nope. And this one you gotta love. Nope. And this one is going all the way. And of course, the sum of all his parts makes him dangerous in the red zone. He can roll to his left and throw a touchdown. He can roll to his right and throw a touchdown. He can take advantage of the extra blocker on the design run. He can hit the hot route with blitzers coming. He can hit his man over the middle for a touchdown. And he can hit the fade for a touchdown. And the $1 million question is Daniels worth all those picks you'd have to give up to go get him? There's a lot there in terms of running the football and scrambling to extend plays. There's a lot there with his arm too. He throws a beautiful deep ball and he throws well under pressure. He can play the pro game from the pocket too, going through his progressions. And while he doesn't have the Caleb Williams or Michael Penix's arm, he can make every throw. But he has concerns like he's skinny. Will an NFL hit break him? I want to see him look down the field for a receiver more when he's scrambling too. What do you think? Thank you for watching. See you next time.